Hey guys, we're going to do our daily energy healing. My name is Lindsay. I'm an intuitive energy healer for Lightworkers and other powerful magical souls. We're going to get started and call upon God, universe, angels, all the highest beings of infinite love and light to help with this session and allow all this love, this healing, this energy, this magic, this medicine to go to you, your loved ones, your soul family, your ancestors. Oh, this is something better for the highest and the greatest good of all. Okay. Oh, God. The cards are very activated with energy. Okay. This is a card. It says the Fertile Void. So we had this card last week, right? This card came up last week. It represents Scorpio season. I still feel like it represents Scorpio season very perfectly, right? Especially about the inner winter rest, patience, potency, secret beginnings. So I feel like this card came up again just as like a reminder and a check-in to see how you've been doing, right? The message that came up with the Scorpio season was like blooming in the dark, and we just finished the eclipse, right? We just had the eclipse. So yeah, quick check-in, see how you're feeling. How have you been feeling, right? What's been shifting since the start of Scorpio season and eclipse season? For me, a lot of things have shifted. A lot, like, wow. And it hasn't even been that long. It's only been a few weeks, and I feel like a lot has happened. I have shifted so much. I have totally jumped into a whole new timeline and anchored that in. Feeling so good, so fired up, so much more confident, so much more like in my body, in my power. Just feeling so present. Even in this last few weeks at the start of Scorpio season, I have already been like a lot of shadows. The deeper layers of some shadows have come up, and it's becoming friends with them and having a conversation with them, holding space for them and learning from these parts of me. All right, and learning from these parts of me so that I can start to really integrate all that magic from the shadows. Right, the shadows are coming up. Yes, can feel uncomfortable sometimes. Yes, sometimes you don't want to look at certain things. Like for me, one shadow that was coming up and I was exploring is about like selfishness and just seeing like all of the different ways that I'm selfish, and that's okay because we are all humans, and sometimes we're going to be selfish, sometimes we're going to be mean, sometimes we're going to be jerks, right? Like the goal is not to be like this perfect person that does no wrong, is never going to hurt or offend anyone, because that's impossible. Can never not ever like make someone upset. Like that's just impossible. So just like honoring that and being honoring that and just being really real with ourselves so that our shadows can feel safe to come up and play and be seen, right? So that we can learn from them. But if we are in denial of the human parts of us, if we are afraid of those parts, if we are shaming or judging those parts, then they're not going to feel safe to show themselves, right? They're going to continue to hide. So creating that really loving support within you so that they can come up and you can honor them with curiosity, right? And just explore with curiosity. And this is what I do with my clients. We explore things with love and curiosity. So we're not in that place of like, oh my God, I'm such a horrible person because I was selfish, or I did this to this person, or, you know, like we can just honor that, right? We can learn from our mistakes. We can grow, of course. I'm not saying that we just continue to be jerks or something like that. I'm saying like, but at the same time, not pretend like we don't have a shadow. We all have a shadow. And the more that you feel safe to explore these shadows, the less they have a grip on you, the less they have a control, and the less they're going to be operating under the surface, potentially causing like self-sabotage, right? Our shadows, they can self-sabotage if we are not working with them, right? But when you give them a space to be seen, to express, then they're no longer in the shadow, and there's nothing to hide. There's nothing to be afraid of or ashamed about, right? When you get to know all parts of you, right? And these shadows, again, they have gifts, right? If you give them a space to be seen, to express, to become aware of them, right? You can learn. There's so much gifts. For example, selfishness. Being selfish is not bad. Selfishness could also be like having boundaries and knowing what you value and what you don't value, right? Knowing when to say yes and when to say no. Knowing when it's okay to keep things for yourself. You don't have to be giving away everything and running on depletion. That was for me the gift of selfishness when I was exploring this part of me, the parts of me that, right? The energy of selfishness, for example. And that was the gift I learned. It's like, sometimes it's okay to be selfish, right? You don't have to sacrifice yourself on behalf of other people, right? Like, you sacrificing yourself is not the vibe. Like, you sacrificing yourself so everyone else around you feels good, that does not feel good. That kind of energy, you might think you're doing everyone a favor, but if you are feeling like bitter and resentful, that energy, that energetic exchange, that doesn't feel good at all. But when you're operating from a place when you're feeling good, you're giving because you truly, truly want to give, and you're allowing yourself to receive back as well. So you're not just like giving and giving and then feeling like crap, right? Then when you are feeling, for example, there's times when you need a break, then it's okay to be selfish. It's okay to say no. So that's just one example. There's so much other gifts and things that can come up around selfishness, and that's up to you to explore with your own, right? Your own relationship with selfishness, right? And that's a good homework practice. You can do that, or whatever other shadow that is calling to you. Allow yourself to explore it, right? Explore it and see it as just an energy to explore and connect with. Okay, that being said, let's do some healing. Okay. Whatever shadow you want to explore, allow it to come up with so much love, so much love. I know that it's okay. It's okay to explore these shadows with curiosity, right? To get to know them, to build a relationship, and to receive the wisdom and gifts and messages from these parts of you. The only reason why they're in the shadows is because somewhere, somehow, or someone or yourself shamed it, right? Shamed it, put a label on it, said that it's bad, right? And then shoved it down and decided to like avoid it. That's why it went into the shadows. It didn't have any other place to go, right? But it can come up if you create the space for it. So give yourself permission to create this beautiful space within you where you can allow and start to embrace all parts of you with so much love and curiosity. Or even if you have to just start at neutral, if you can't embrace it all with love, that's okay too. Just start from this neutral place, right? A place of non-judgment. It's like curiosity. Curiosity is a great place to start, because then you're just being curious. You can't be judgmental. You're being curious. Like, I'm just curious. It's just wondering. It's an exploration. And also, well, I should say too, you can be both. Let's just say that too, because sometimes we can have so much like heavy energy, like judgment upon certain parts of us, and that's okay. So you can have the judgments, but then see if you can also bring into the space love or curiosity or neutrality or whatever, magic, wondering, like what, open-mindedness, open-heartedness, whatever else you want to bring to support you. See if you can bring that in the next time you explore your shadows. Right? Because you are this powerful soul, you're this powerful, multi-dimensional, multi-vibrational soul, So you're going to feel all the feelings. You're going to feel all the different vibrations and expressions. And let them all be together, play together, dance together, express like however they want to express. It doesn't have to be one or the other. They can all be there. They can all be there. Your shadows can all be there. Your light can all be there. Let them express. Let them dance. Let them play. Let them teach you. Right? Let yourself receive the gifts. And then when you continue to do this, you're going to notice your relationship with these parts of you are going to start to shift, to start to transform. It's no longer you're going to see them differently in a new light, new perspective. And for certain ones, they're no longer going to, if they have a control on you, like the control is going to start to release, because you're going to start to release your judgment upon these parts of you. Okay. So let's just integrate. Let's do a blessing and integrate all the blessings and wisdom that we received, that we're receiving from Scorpio season. So all the wisdom and blessing you're receiving from Scorpio season, all the wisdoms and blessings you receive from Eclipse season, allowing that to all integrate, allowing you to feel, right, the love, the connection, the bravery, the resiliency, the vulnerability in your heart and your soul, to allow yourself to explore deeper and deeper into the depths of who you are with so much love and joy and grace, and allowing you to expand out big and amplified, sharing your gifts and magic and medicine with the world, and however you desire, whatever you desire to create, whatever you desire to do, allowing it to come from your deepest soul's essence, your gifts, your magic, your medicine, with so much love and ease and grace. It's like the word that's drawn to me on the card is potency, right? Potency. You allow yourself to receive the potency of your shadows and the light. And again, we're all blooming in the darkness. The shadows are blooming. Shadows are blooming. They're ready to be seen. They're ready to be seen as those beautiful gifts that they truly are. Okay. Okay, check in, see how you're feeling now. It feels good. I don't know, I just feel more like balanced and like integrated. Like we let, we gave ourselves, like giving yourself permission to just be as you are. You show up as you are. You don't need to hide. Right? The shadows, we all have shadows. We all have shadows. We all have parts of us that we might not particularly like, or parts of us that we are working through, right? To be able to like, right? It's okay. Wherever you're at, it's okay. Or maybe there's a parts of you that you're not ready to look at, and that's okay too, right? It's all coming together, and just trusting in the process. And as you continue to create like that safety and connection and the love with your body and create that foundation, I'm always talking about how important the foundation is. And this is like the core of like the work I do with my clients, really anchoring and grounding in the foundation, right? The safety, the support, the love, the connection to yourself, right? Your soul's essence, and all of that's the foundational work, really cultivating that and building that and anchoring it. And then you feel safe to open up more. Your heart will feel safe to open up more, and you can explore more of the shadows because you have the foundation now, and your body is like, oh, I feel safe now. I can start to unravel a bit more. I can open up a bit more, and it's okay, right? Like because you have the foundation. When we don't have the foundation, then we don't feel safe. And it's like if you're trying to pull things out of you, but your body doesn't feel safe, then that's when the resistance happens. The resistance, like, I don't feel safe, so I'm not going to open up, right? Like, I don't feel safe, so my heart is not going to open up. But when you create that really strong foundation, create the safety, And your body's like, oh, I feel safe now. So now my heart can open up. I can allow the process to really go deeper with the healing, to heal the wounds in the heart, right? The betrayal, the trust. Like that's what I'm talking about for my own self too. There are things I'm working through in my heart. Like I've experienced a lot of pain and trauma in my life, but I'm not letting that stop me from doing what I'm meant to do, right? Like as an energy healer, I'm still putting myself out there. I'm still showing up, still doing what I want to do. I'm still being able to be of service and create these amazing videos and also hold a space for my clients too. Like I'm doing all these things. At the same time, I'm healing some deep things in my heart as well and other parts of me. Like I'm working on those things. But like I said, I've been cultivating this super strong foundation, and especially in the last 2 years, really going deep in this foundational work, this root work, the grounding work, so that I can go deeper into the heart. So my heart is feeling safer and safer, and the deeper layers can come up. And it's okay because I have the foundation to hold the space. I have the capacity. You need the capacity to be able to release things and to go deeper into healing. If not, like I said, the body can constrict and the body will be like, well, I don't feel safe. So the root work's so important. And I feel like not everybody talks about that. They just talk about like what do they talk about? It's like instant transformation. They talk about like everything just like without like creating a foundation. Like nobody talks about like you have to actually create a foundation to call in the things. Oh, that's what I was trying to say. Like manifesting. When people are talking about manifesting, they're just saying like, yeah, I manifested this, I manifested this, I manifested my dream life. But they didn't talk about how they had to take the time to create the space and capacity for that. All the things they had to shift within themselves, their mindset and whatever, so that they would have the capacity to receive these things. Because if there's like all these parts of you that are afraid to receive, it's kind of hard for it to come. It's like it's coming in. It is already coming to you. And then as you create a bigger opening, a bigger space for it, and the space is like, right, feeling so safe and supported, then the things can just come through, right? And it's like, oh, now I have it. But it takes time. And you're building a relationship with yourself. You can't expect a relationship to just be built overnight. And relationships are not just built in like a week and now you're like, okay, now I don't have to do anything ever again, right? All relationships, they take effort, commitment, consistency, like all these things. That's the foundational work, right? How committed are you? How devoted are you to yourself? Like if you want a relationship with someone else and what you want from them is to be committed to you and consistent, consistently show up and support and be there for you, even through the times when it might be uncomfortable, and ask yourself, do you do that for yourself? Are you able to do that for you, right? And again, it's not to judge yourself, just curious, like, are you doing the things that you want from another person? Are you doing that for yourself? And just be really honest. That's a part of the shadow work too. Being really honest with yourself. When you can be really honest with yourself and like releasing the shame too, then you can see, you can learn. That's how we learn, and that's how we can evolve, and that's how we can grow. So yeah. I went a little bit off tangent there, but I guess someone needed to hear that. And I'm sending you guys lots of love. If you want to work with me, the info is below. Get yourself an energy healing and activation session. Or if you want to go deeper and have the long-term consistency and support, I have my 3-month session as well. 3-month one-on-one container. And you get the ongoing support. We have the sessions every month. You get the 2 live sessions every month. And then you get the recorded session every month too. So 1 recorded, 2 live each month, 3 months together. And it's going to be so powerful. You're going to learn so much about yourself. You're going to cultivate a super strong foundation so that you have the space and capacity to receive what you're wanting to create in your life. You're going to have the momentum and the energy, the power to do what you want to do and take the action, because that's important too. Creating the container and the space and taking the action, they go together. Going together, and all at the same time you're healing any wounds, any old stories. You're cleaning them up, creating new stories for yourself, all at the same time. It doesn't have to be one or the other. You can do it all at the same time. And what else I was going to say? Oh, and amplifying all your gifts and magic, getting to know yourself. And the more you get to know yourself, your magic and medicine gets stronger. That's powerful. Isn't that exciting to know that? Like, every time you get to know yourself, you're getting to know how your energy works, you're getting to know what your patterns are, you actually become even more powerful, because it's awareness. Everything, when you do things through the conscious awareness, becomes more powerful, because you know when to turn it on and turn it off, you know how to amplify it, and you become more precise, you become more proficient, you become more efficient too. It's so powerful. So yeah, I would love to work with you. Info is below, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.